Welcome everybody to Outlawed Live. Jason Schultz here with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling, and tonight we're doing a fan show, Outlaw Family. I put a post out on Facebook and I said, "Who wants to join me live tonight?" So I obviously messaged Russ Dostal because he's a super fan. I messaged Cole and then Ben responded to my Facebook post. So welcome everybody. I can have up to 10 total faces on here tonight. So if you're a super Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling fan and you want to join us, throw something in the comments and I can send you the link. So I'll start with you, Cole, first. Cole, where are you from and what makes you an Outlaw super fan?
Well, I come out of a little town in Wakefield, Nebraska. And kind of what's got me into the sport of pulling was my dad. He used to hot farm pull back in the 90s, and it's, as me and him always say, it's in our blood and our DNA, so to speak.
I like it. I like it. Ben, where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Southeast Kansas, a little town called Howard. Farm and I truck. I've just been a tractor pulling fan. Been back when Outlaws used to go to the Kansas State Fair.
Yep.
Been quite a few pulls, not enough though, but I just really enjoy it.
No, that's what it's all about. Again, if you just joined us, Outlawed Live, Ron had I think Ron had a funeral to go to tonight, and then Mike Idle, who's also one of our co-hosts, he's a teacher in Missouri, and he had to teach the Scholar Bowl tonight, so they had to resort back to me, guys. So I apologize that you don't get Ron, Cole, and Ben, but I'll do the best I can. So I have some Spencer, Iowa video playing behind me on outlawpulling.tv. Obviously, we're just coming off the National Farm Machinery Show, but I thought, what a great way to get fans involved. Without pulling fans, pulling wouldn't be what it is. So I thought I'll just put a Facebook post out there and get going on that. So let us know where you're watching from tonight, and let us know what you thought of the National Farm Machinery Show if you paid attention to that at all. Cole, did you watch? Did you buy the live stream at all, Cole?
Yes, I actually bought all the sessions last year, so I got all the sessions.
Okay, good.
So did you watch every single one of them?
Okay. So did you? Was there a certain class that you were cheering for, Cole?
Well, obviously all the classes that the Outlaws were in, but the Duel of the Fuels was the big one that I was looking forward to. And of course, always like in the 540 Light Pros was kind of another class that I was looking forward to.
I like it. I like it. Ben, did you pay attention to the National Farm Machinery Show at all this past weekend?
I did not get the live stream. I kicked myself for doing it or not doing it, but I was normally driving at the time, so I figured for my own safety, I better not. But I followed basically everything pretty hard. The Outlaws had a real good thing of two-wheelers going on. And then old Cotton Candy Cameron Neves kicking butt there in the finals. So that had to be, that was an awesome thing to see.
Yeah, it was pretty neat, guys, to see him and his entire team out there, in the finals in front of their plaque for getting second place. I mean, I knew when Simon came up, I said that was going to be he dodged a couple other big bullets. And I thought, well, that Simon's going to be a big bullet to dodge. But, to get second place there, and that's not Cameron's normal setup. He runs two engines on the Outlaw circuit, guys. Yep. And the only time he puts that third motor on is for Louisville and then the Pullers Championship coming up here May 17th and 18th, which he'll be a part of as well, in Nashville, Illinois. Did either one of you participate in the full pool games at all with the $1,000 play money?
I did not. I don't know if I should have or not. I did do the truck pick'em before to see who the people did, and I did pretty good in the four-wheel drives, but that's about the only spot I did actually good in, but I didn't win.
That's okay. That's okay. Cole, did you play any of the games at all on full pool?
I did not. And I had seen the posts over on Facebook and like the standings and all that, and it'd be pretty cool, but it's amazing to see how many of the people comment and say that they were in such and such place within like a couple hours or just overnight they're bumped down to however many people are playing just in that short amount of time. But it's interesting, and I might consider playing this year, but we'll just have to see what it brings.
Yeah, I think the plan for them is to go real money coming up here this summer. I think this was going to, and I don't know for a fact, I kind of help them with social media, but I don't get paid by them. I think it's going to be really awesome for pulling. So I always talk about it and different things like that. But I feel like what I've been hearing is like that was going to be the last play money type of a scenario. A lot of it's going to be real money moving forward. But it was exciting to see the amount of people that were engaging with it. And then the deal was they gave you $1,000 play money, and then whoever turned that into the most play money won real money from Senpico. So it was kind of fun. So Kevin Davis, the promoter of Wayne, Nebraska, is checking in. He lives in Arizona. James Harmon's checking in from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Again, we're having the super fan. You don't have to be a super fan, but I just wanted to bring on some Outlaw truck and tractor pulling fans, not pullers, and just hear what they think about the Outlaws, why they love the Outlaws, what they love about pulling, how they follow the Outlaws. It's just good. It's fun for the sport. Ron had a funeral to go to, and then Mike is one of our other co-hosts, and he's a teacher, and he had to do coach the Scholar Bowl tonight. So David Kaufman is checking in from Pennsylvania. Austin Flute, I sent you this message, Austin. I told you to come on tonight. He said, I think I had the most second place picks, laugh out loud. Yeah, no, there's no, you don't make any money picking second place there. This person's watching on a group, so I don't have their name. I'm a pulling fan over and over, plus I'm a puller and a bunch of pulls that I promote. Well, way to go. So Florida Pullers checking in, and then Latimer, Iowa checking in as well. So welcome. Again, got Ben Beller, Cole Lundell, some Outlaw truck and tractor pulling fans. Cole's from Nebraska, Ben's from Kansas. Now, Ben, Kansas, I'm not making fun of Kansas, but there's not a lot of truck and tractor pulls in Kansas, Ben.
I think Ron even said at one point they used to have a big Kansas sweep. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of those have gone MSTPA. They kind of crossed the border over. There's been, the Outlaws used to be real heavy at the Kansas State Fair. And I missed that horribly. I mean, I'd stop corn harvest to go to that. But we do have Mountain City. That's my closest Outlaw pull. That's 2.5 hours. And when Brent Roberts finishes at about 1 a.m, that's a long ways home. But
yep, that sure is. So Mountain City, Kansas is the closest. That's the one on the Sunday, right?
Yes, that's the one on the Sunday.
Okay. So my new tractor lives in Goodland, Kansas, out at Meisingers. How close is that to your house, Ben?
Woo! I'm southeast, and Goodland is obviously way northwest. That's about a good 6.5 hours away from me.
Wow. Okay. So I need to go out. I'm gonna go out there and hang out with Doug for a couple of days. So my tractor went home. 2 different corners. Fair enough. So my tractor, I bought it from Ohio. I bought the high-tech redneck, and then I took it. We got it all wrapped. Took it to Louisville, and then Brad Campbell, he had maybe his diesel super stock, and he hauled it back to Nebraska to get it closer to Doug's. Doug's going to go get it and take it back to Goodland here, either later this week or sometime this weekend. So that's fun. So Ben, what is some of your first pulling memories? Like Cole mentioned about, going pulling with his dad when they had their hot farm, and that kind of got him hooked. What got you hooked, Ben? You got some friends, you got some family, or you just love the sport?
I don't really have any family. I'd love to get into it, but that's another story for another day. My earliest pulling memories, watching antique tractor pulls, when I was real little. And then I think, I don't know how long ago, but my parents, when I was little, took me to a bigger tractor pull, and then I got onto the Outlaws at the state fair. I've been multiple times. And then most recently, right before I got married, I took my wife to an NK Pullers at Oneida. And she's been almost in love with it just as much as I have since then.
Yeah, Ben, you want to keep her. If she loves pulling, you want to keep her, okay? That's important.
Hey, I was impressed when the tractor came out. She said, look, that's a 1066, and you clearly couldn't see the numbers on the side of it. I'm like, we have a winner here.
Yeah. Yes, you do, Ben. Yes, you do. I like that a lot. Cole, switching gears to you a little bit. What are some of your favorite pulls to go to on the Outlaw circuit?
Probably the two biggest ones that stand out, of course, being Rock Valley, Iowa, and Wisner, Nebraska. And of course, you got, the polls that are a little closer to home, like Pierce, Nebraska, Wayne, Nebraska, Concord, Nebraska, West Point, Nebraska, and, they're helps where I live, right in the middle of Northeast Nebraska, where a majority of the polls that I go to are within a 20, 25-mile radius, excluding Rock Valley, Iowa, and Spencer, Iowa. But a lot of times, when summertime comes around, I don't have to travel too far to get to a tractor pull.
I'm extremely jealous.
Which one's the exact closest to your house, Cole? Like, what is the closest pull to Wakefield?
That would be Wayne, Nebraska. And that's
Wayne,
about 7.5, 8 miles away.
So I got to go to Wayne for the first time this year. I would consider Kevin Davis a friend. He's also the promoter of that event. Really got to know. I was very, very impressed. They got those new grandstands, those new bleachers, and just a well organized event. The way they do all the lineups, they had all the lines drawn and all the parking. They had a really good puller meal as well. So that you're lucky that's a close one. I think Anderson Farms is doing that shootout again as well, Cole, for the 4.1 limited pros. If I remember, I think I heard 15 or 25,000. That's a joke, but I'm having a little fun with the Andersons. But it's a good time there. So neat. How long you been going to the pull in Wayne, Nebraska? Like as long as you can remember, Cole, or?
I can remember, like, we used to go all the time, like when I was younger. I'm 22 now, and of course, we started going probably when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. We would go to back then, of course, before they switched over a couple things. I can't remember the exact year, but they used to have a smaller group come out and do a farm pull during the afternoon. And they would have the bush pull that same evening. But yeah, that was always the big thing, was we would always go that morning and watch the farm pull. And of course, really didn't get into any of the bigger events until later on.
Nice. Ben, whose shirt do you got on?
Selman's the Rat Trap.
Yeah, Loretta's got the best hair in the Outlaws. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Right
I honestly, I tried to find my Digging Deep Deer shirt because that was the first one I ever got, and I couldn't find it.
Well, that's okay. I think we can get Paddocks to give you one if you know what I'm saying. So.
Oh, I'm sure I could text Lori right now and get something worked out.
Oh, I got an overlay hanging on top of one of my screens here, so I can't see you guys. But do I got you in the middle, Ben, right now?
You've got me on the big screen right now.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted. That's why I wanted to do that. So
I did just think of another memory, Jason, on my tractor pulling lovin's. In 2001, I can strictly remember this. I have family up in northern Indiana by South Bend, and one of the first big pulls I went to was actually the Elkhart County Fair.
Okay.
They do the big farm stock pull, and then they have the big PPL there now. I'm assuming it was PPL back then, but I don't remember. But that's been many years ago.
Yeah, it might have been ATPA, or honestly, Ben, if it had been a while ago, it even could have been NTPA, to be completely honest with you. So.
But I also didn't say, the Outlaw Heartland group has been stretching into Kansas here a little bit more lately. Kansas used to have nothing, and now they're kind of stretching back in there on the western half. I know they got a pull out at Hayes, and I think they may have one at Goodland now too.
They do have. I know they have one in Goodland. I think they have one in Hayes. Lisetto, Live with Lisetto is every Wednesday night. I think they're doing every Wednesday night. They might be doing every other Wednesday night throughout that. But like the problem is, and I don't do a lot with the schedule. I just help a lot with the social media and the Outlaw TV. But, you talk to Ron and Kurt, there's only so many Fridays and Saturdays, and that's what makes it hard, to book more pulls out there for that. But I know there's been some talk about expanding into Kansas and even like in Oklahoma and stuff like that. So, again, if you're just joining us, it's Tuesday night. We do Outlawed Live. every Tuesday night. Normally Ron's on here with Mike Eitel and myself. Tonight they both had other conflicts. I said I'm just going to do a fan show, and I just put a Facebook post out. And I knew Cole from before. Ben hit me up on Facebook. I appreciate you doing this, Ben. Ben's from Kansas. Ken's from Nebraska, so it's good to have you on here. I want to go through some of the comments. Somebody watching one Facebook group says Wayne is the first place I ever pulled a super farm, so that's awesome. Marty Samuelson, he watches every Tuesday night. He's from Ravenna, Nebraska. I think we're going to be there June 7th and 8th. I know the tentative schedule is put up on the website. I'm proud to say that Randy Esslinger and I have had our chance of lifetime together to bring back antique class and classic modified tractor pull back to Iowa State Fair. This will be the first one since 2017. Yeah, I read something about that. They're going to have an antique pull at the Iowa State Fair, and that's got to be James Harmon talking about that. AJ Vargo says, shout out to Ben from Michiana, South Bend area. You know AJ, Ben?
I do not.
You don't? Okay.
But I will definitely represent that area just a little bit. I got a whole slew of family up right there on the Indiana-Michigan border, so...
Yeah, AJ always picks on me about having a Tesla a lot. He comments on my Facebook posts about that, so it's fun about that. I enjoy that a lot. And then First Class Pedal Pulls is watching Facebook, and they said, we need more outlaw pulling in Oklahoma. Yeah, we had one for a couple of years that Josh Runyon was promoting. I forget what town it was in.
That would have been I know it, and I just forgot it. South of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and I know the town of it too because I had to get a new phone there once. And Josh helped me find a US Cellular. Like, I don't even know where I was going. I was videoing. Oh, we were on our way to Nordheim in May, like 4 years ago. And I saw a cool semi truck on the turnpike, and I put my phone out the window, and I wasn't thinking, and it blew it out of my hand and just bounced down the turnpike. So that stuff happens there a little bit. Cole, I'm going to come back to you for a second. Cole, what do you follow on social media? Like, are you on Outlaw Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, or how do you, Cole Lundell, keep up with the Outlaws, or do you use it through the app?
Oh, it's, I have the app, and of course I follow, Outlaw, on Instagram and TikTok, but the main thing is right here on Facebook is where I get all my information and where I stay up to date with everything.
Okay. So I kind of know the team that helps run that Facebook page. Is there anything different you want to see, or you want to see more of, or do you like the variety, or do you think we do too much of one thing? Give us some feedback, Cole.
Well, I would say the big thing, is I do really enjoy the variety of stuff that you see. And I mean, like some people, they like seeing the antique stuff, and, some people like seeing, the big $100,000 plus machines, and, and again, just the variety of, introducing these different classes to the fans is definitely something that I enjoy, and, and seeing it from different states as well.
Yep.
The
Outlaws have the biggest footprint, in all of pulling. Like when I talk about like just mass from Texas to wherever to Minnesota. Well, I don't think we have any hooks in Minnesota, but the Iowa, if you look at a map, the Outlaws have the biggest, or I've been told have the biggest area that they cover. And if you ask a Texas puller, and David Hunt's watching right now, so Taylor Van Beek says Chickasha, or I think it's Chickasha, right? Ben, does that sound right? Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna go back to Ben here. Ben, how do you keep up with the Outlaws? Is it on the Outlaw app? Is it on Facebook? Is it Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? How do you keep up with the Outlaws?
Follow TikTok, Facebook. Last year the first time I bought the live stream last year all season long. I may have let it go right now, but
a lot of people do that, Ben. A lot of people do that.
From Monet up through, was it White Wright's the last pull? Lufkin, yeah. And I, like most people, kind of let it go at that point. But it's kind of nice because even if I'm out in the tractor, the sprayer, or in the combine, I can, I was watching the Iowa State Fair during bean harvest, so that was kind of nice.
Yep. Yeah, you would be shocked the amount of people that will send us pictures of a an iPad or they're watching Outlaw Pulling TV while they're combining in the fall. What's great about Outlaw TV is you can go back and watch pulls at any time too. You know what I mean? I always joke around the holidays. You know, you can stand your family for a couple hours, but then you can always go back to Outlaw Pulling TV and watch some videos. Yeah. And then, that's James or somebody talking about the Iowa antique tractor pullers again. And we can have them on another show. I know Dave Nelson, one of our board members with the Outlaws, kind of was instrumental on getting those guys into the right spot to do that. So, and then Taylor Van Beek says, love these interviews with the fans. Yeah, I think we're going to do this more. And Ben, I really appreciate you coming on, reading the Facebook post and sending a message. I did it right before I left the office. I have about a 45-minute drive home. I got right in. I got it, checked the inbox and checked it out. So I invited Russ Dostal on tonight. He's a super fan. He's the super t-shirt collector. He's got like 900 t-shirts. I invited Tim Blankesper on tonight. He's the one behind the Rock Valley social media. And I invited a couple other guys as well tonight. But I'm glad. I appreciate you guys coming on. I think it's fun. Again, you're the reason we do what we do, Ben and Cole. It would be pretty bad to just go out and pull in front of an empty grandstand. You know what I'm saying? That would. I don't want to compete that much. I want to do it in front of the fans and be able to engage with them. Ben, can you tell me a time that you went to a pull, you and your family, or just you, and you met a puller, or you're walking through the pits, or what are some just good memories that you have attending a pull?
Well, about the best ones I have, it's got to be Mound City, because Mound City doesn't gate their pits like some places do. They basically just say open up. I mean, I'll admit the first time I went to Mound City was actually just here a few years ago, and I had probably $200 in my pocket, and I wasn't leaving until I spent it all on t-shirts bought directly from the pullers.
Yeah. Is that where you got your rat? Is that where you got your Rat Trap shirt?
This is actually the new Rat Trap shirt from this year, but yes.
Okay.
Between them, Dave Walters, the Tater Wagon. I've got a Brett Stamps hat. I've gave too much money to Paddocks already.
Ben, those John Deere guys don't need any more money. They already got too much money. Okay, so I'm gonna call Marty Selman right now and tell him, see if he answers. Okay, hold on a second. Does he know you really well, or
no? Not at all.
Okay, I'm gonna call him, see what he says. This will be fun. I'll put him on speakerphone. He's probably.
Yes, sir.
Marty, so you're live on Outlawed Live right now, and we're talking with Ben Beller from Kansas, and he's wearing a Rat Trap t-shirt. He's a good dude. Can you hear him, Ben, when I put him up by the microphone?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Ben, tell me, so you're just a fan, like you don't know Marty and Loretta, or?
Not at all.
Okay. Who do you like Loretta's hair, or do you think it's too frizzy?
I think it's great.
You think it's
I
great?
can't lie.
What
I think
do you
it's
love?
great.
What do you love about Marty and Loretta? What do you love about them? Why'd you want their t-shirt?
They're big Ford guys. There's not many Ford Pro Stock 4x4s running in the class, and that truck has just been a screamer for years. I can remember, I said 10, 15 years ago when it's like the Kansas State Fair, you can see that Rat Trap porch sign on the front of their trailer, and I've just been seeing it for years, and that's just a clean setup, a clean truck, runs well. I mean, you can't beat it.
Marty, can you hear all of this?
I did.
Did you pay this guy like $20 or anything, or did you give him a free t-shirt, or?
I guarantee I'll shake his hand if I see him.
Okay, he's gonna shake your hand if he sees you, Ben. So
that'll work.
I'll let Marty go, but anything you want to say to him before we let him go?
If he wants to sell that truck in 5 years, let me know.
Marty, if you want to sell that truck in 5 years, Ben will buy it. So.
It might be for sale before that.
He said it might be for sale before that.
You might not have to wait 5 years.
Awesome. Hey, Marty, thanks for answering the phone, buddy.
You bet, buddy. Have a good evening.
Yep, take care.
Thank you. Yep.
Marty Selman there in the Rat Trap. So this is what makes it fun like that. I pulling, you hear me say this all the time. It is the greatest motorsport in the world, and I feel it's because of the fans. And we go out and we get one crack at it, and that truly is what makes it unique. Hey, Cole, I'm going to come back to you for a second. Tell me some fan experiences you've had over the years at pulls that you really remember. Like, wow, like the first time I met Ernie Ropp, that was like always one of my things. the Iron Elk John Deere back in the day. Who are some of your fan favorites, or who's some things that you remember, Cole?
Well, there's of course a lot of memories, but it's getting to meet with a lot of the pullers over the years. And I think that was in Concord, Nebraska. One year I had taken one of my best friends he doesn't get to go to many pulls during the year. And I told him that, hey, he should come out to Concord, Nebraska. And I had gotten a picture of him with Scott Holger's Voodoo Deer, and he still has that picture, and got to talk with Glenn Freeze a little bit, got a shirt from him, and yeah, there's a lot of memories. And then, of course, with with some of the friends that I have in pulling, like the local guys, like you got Ryan Ferricks. We're good friends with him. I actually sat on his tractor at a car show in Carroll, Nebraska, one year. I'm upset that I didn't get a picture sitting on it.
Well, I think we could probably make that happen this summer, don't you think, Cole? So
yeah, I know I'm gonna make it happen, and I already got a thing with Hoffman's that I got to do. I got to get a shirt from them, and they told me to find them at a pull, and they'd let me sit on the tractor. So
I wouldn't trust that Justin Hoffman, Cole. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. Okay, so I'm just picking on him. I'm just picking on him. He tried stealing a hat. He tried stealing a beer money hat down in Louisville from me. I caught him though, and I made him pay for it. So.
And then a thing last year that really struck a chord with me was at one of the first pulls that I go to every year is a pull out west in Elgin, Nebraska. And of course, I had posted pretty much a picture of a hook in Elgin from the previous years, pretty much every day for that entire week leading up to that event. And of course, apparently everyone in that group saw it. And when they had the drivers meeting, they asked if I was there over the microphone, and they said that I was going to be there taking pictures and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool to get my name announced at a drivers meeting. So
no, it's awesome. Yeah, it could either be good or either can be bad, Cole, if you get your name announced at a drivers meeting. I've seen both sides of it. Okay.
Yeah, and and like last year with Outlaw Pulling TV, another thing that stuck in my head was last year in Wisner. I think it was Friday night. I had a fan, no idea. I had no clue who the guy was. He just tapped me on the shoulder and he said, I just wanted to tell you that I got a text from, I think it was from his mom, saying that she had seen him on the live when I had panned over to the crowd.
Awesome.
She had seen him on the live stream, and I told him, I said, that's awesome. Thanks for watching. And, that was pretty cool. So
Austin Flute says his favorite pullers are the Ulmers. There's like 92 of them, so I'm not going to ask him which. The Hoffman, Thorntmans, and Taylor Van Beek, just because he's watching. I love Austin. I got to meet Austin at the Rock Valley this year, and he came on our full pull stage with us and did some interviews when I was up there helping those guys with that. So it was pretty good. And Taylor says, ha ha, thanks, Austin Flute. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Hey, back to you, Ben. When you go to when you go up to a trailer, is there a certain thing that you like to ask a puller? Like, one thing I want fans to know, and I noticed a lot at Louisville this week, people would just kind of come up and they'd be about 10 feet away, like they were too afraid just to walk up and talk to you at the tractor. And that's why we had the booth, down there, was to engage with the fans. So any fans out there, unless my dad's like laying underneath the tractor yelling and swearing and sweating because he's trying to fix something, don't be afraid to come up and talk to us, talk to any pullers. Because I would say, Ben, you would have to agree with this, and Cole as well, that any puller, I don't know any puller that's ever said no to anybody as long as everything's okay with their machine. Would you agree with that statement, Ben?
I would definitely agree with it. I normally just walk up, how's it going? I'm like, I get business out of the way. I'm like, I want to buy a shirt or whatever thing you've got, to support you. And then it can just lead into a 20-minute conversation from there on out.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do you like? what like do you get technical, Ben, with like a puller? Like, do you ask Marty and Loretta to tell you about the truck, or do you ask them about their personal lives, or like what do you guys do when you're not pulling, or what kind of stuff do you talk about?
Anything and everything, previous pulls, how the season's been going, even though I probably already follow them 3/4 of what they've done already. I mean, basically whatever they want to talk about. I'm kind of open ears because I kind of enjoy listening, talking, because they know more than I do about what's going on.
No, cool. Super cool. Somebody watched on one of the Facebook groups says, Jason, don't be a hater. The deers, they were 1, 2, 3 in the finals at Louisville, not in the super stock class. They weren't. That was red. So I just want to throw that out there for you. But
or in the 4-1s either, if I'm not mistaken.
So let me think. 4-1s, Lindstrom won. What would that be? Jason Round won pro stocks, but were they 1, 2, 3 deer in the final Saturday night? I don't know. I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
I don't care about Louisville at this point. It's over. I care about you guys. We're having fun tonight. Just join us. Got Ben Beller, Cole Lundell. Just want to have a fan show tonight. I think this is going well. And I just put a message out there on Facebook, so don't be feared. And we can have up to 10 faces on the screen at one time. So I'll talk to Ron when he gets back. He had a funeral tonight, and then Mike Idle, one of our other co-hosts, he's a teacher in Missouri. And if you paid attention to him, if you watch the Outlaw Facebook page, he interviewed Outlaw pullers live from our booth in Louisville. I know he did Gary Barrett. Who else do we have? We had Kurt Van Beek on there, the owner of the Outlaws. Ryan Mitchell, Hostile Environment. His John Deere decided to dance with a white line down there in Louisville. I feel like, Jamie Yonke was on there. We had a bunch of our Outlaw pullers stop by the booth, and we did some interviews. Ben, during the season, do you keep up with like points and stuff through the Outlaw app, or do you just are you just a casual fan and just kind of know who won the night before? Or how do you keep up with stuff?
I'm on the app constantly. I'm the guy that's got my iPad hooked to my TV watching the live and then pulling the live results on the app at the same time, trying to figure out, okay, well, if they're in third place, they do good, they might bump up or not, I probably follow it too much.
No. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. It is it's a great thing. It's a great thing to be addicted to. It's better than cocaine, Ben. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I don't want to go back to Louisville here, but if you can pull some strings, I think that Outlaw sled would look a lot better than that Case IH sled there out in Freedom Hall.
Yeah, those are strings that I can't even touch. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. So
call Lori, she has the same last name. It's family.
Yep, she does. But there's a lot of depth to that conversation, Ben. A lot of depth to that conversation. Again, if you're just joining us, Ben Beller, Cole Lundell with us, just doing a fan show tonight. This has been fun. I messaged Cole. Cole watches all of our lives. Cole helps us with Outlaw Pulling TV. I really just wanted to talk to fans tonight that follow the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers and just kind of figure out why and different things like that. Now, Ben, we talked about the Kansas State Fair a lot. I have been involved heavily with the Outlaws the last couple of years. I've heard of the Kansas State Fair. I heard of the Kansas Sweep like 10, 15 years ago. What town was the Kansas State Fair in?
That's in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Hutchinson, Kansas. Okay. So, and was it a big deal?
It would only attract about 3 classes.
I know Super Farms are always there. I remember that.
You usually pro 4x4s. Sometimes it's 4-1. The last time they had it here, the big pro stocks came. I've seen 2-wheelers there before, but it was usually at the time because the Kansas State Fair is so late. It was usually the last pull of the year. So you'd have the people showing up just trying to keep their points championship going because if they didn't, they'd lose. But even with 3 classes, there'd be 3 actual Outlaw classes. You'd still have a 3.5-4 hour show possibly.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. Cole, I'm coming back to you here. Who are some pullers, Cole, that live close to you, like Outlaw pullers that live close to you, and what classes do they pull in?
Well, of course, the ones that are close friends, of course, you got the Dunklau family with the Burning Bucks. Of course, the late Mike Dunklau.
Yep.
And the Gronies, Eric Groney with the Husker Hooker, that Super Farm. Wes Severs running rowdy.
That's a cool tractor.
Yeah. I'll always say it was, I didn't really like, the light limited modified tractors when they first started. But ever since Wes came out with that tractor, to me, it's made light modifieds great to watch again.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome. Way to go, Cole.
And just with the different engine combinations, that is what makes that class fun to watch.
Oh, it's fun. It is and again, I love the big mods. I do. But I mean, there's only so many ways you can put a Hemi in something, right? And I think our light mod class, I compare it a lot to European pulling, guys. There's so many different engine combinations in Europe. In our class, we have the turbines. We got the little hold on. So Mike Bowman's watching from Canada. And he says, "What's crack-a-lackin' from Ontario, Canada?" Do you guys know Mike Bowman? Hey,
nope.
He just found out. This is weird, Ben. You got to read these comments. I just found out I'm going to be a father today. And he says, my sister is pregnant. I hope he's joking because that's some Canadian folklore there. So I don't know.
That almost sounds like a little spam if you ask me.
Yeah, I just found out I'm going to be a father today and my sister is pregnant. So yeah, that's outstanding, Mike. I'm glad that breaking news here. You brought this to Outlawed Live. That I'm not even going to say it because I'll get in trouble. I'll say something really bad because I'm really good at doing that stuff. So, yeah, we were asking Cole. Cole, I just saw that comment and it really caught my eyes there, so I had to do that. So, Mel Nelson's checking in. This is good. Kansas State Fair always had light super stocks. Last time there, Tyler got first and second. All right, is that Mel Nelson of the Born Loser? That's that clan? I think it is, right? Does anybody know?
It is.
Cole? It is.
It is. Okay. I mean, actually, Mel's dad, Lyle Nelson, when Dad first put his tractor together, for many years, Dad had run, he had run the Rosamaster pumps on his 806, and he said he seized up like 10 of those, and then he decided to go to a Pete pump, and both Lyle Nelson and Eddie Hopp were one of the two guys that really, that helped him make the switch over to a P pump. And the main thing was getting the thing mounted up on that tractor. But I just thought I'd bring that up because, Mel Nelson and his dad Lyle there.
No, it's good stuff. Cameron Eves is watching, guys, so I'm sucking up. I'm putting his Louisville video behind me on the screen there. So see how I did that, Ben? You always got to suck up to the mod pullers, right?
Exactly. Well, he did a great job at Louisville, so.
Here, I'll put him over here so you can see it. Here's his run. Saturday night in the finals, got second place. So good. It's a great video. Our team just posted this on the Outlaw Facebook page. If you guys want to watch this, then they do a nice slow-mo of it as well. So he was our Outlaw. He did the best with the Outlaw. Well, Skelton's won 4-wheel drive mod on Wednesday night, and they pulled points with us last year. And then but there's only one and done. And with the finals, here's the GoPro view. And shout out to Louisville for letting the Beer Money pulling team. We give video to Louisville to use on their social media in exchange for access to do all the stuff that we like to do. So it makes us happy that they let us do all of this. So we appreciate them doing all that. But Cameron, I don't know how many Outlaw pullers got into the finals, guys. Did any of the 2-wheel drive trucks get into the finals?
I think the Hunt, what Shameless
did. Hunts did. Yep, they sure did. That's David, right? So
yeah, but he had it in almost. He either didn't have his clutch lock up, or he must have had too tall of a gear. I mean, if he would have either gotten on top of it off the bat or dropped a gear, he would have been right up there. I mean, I was rooting for him.
Heck yeah, you should have been. I think we had 7 total. Last Tuesday night on Outlawed Live, we had all of the Texas 2-wheelers on there with us, so that was a fun interview. We did it from Broadbent. We joked around. They let us. Hold on, guys. I got to fix mine. they let them they let us into broadband after 5, and they left the lights on for us. So we joked around that Kurt was gonna have to pay the light bill. It was kind of funny to do all that. David Vandenberg says hello everyone from Hudsonville, Michigan. Hey Jason, when is the Outlaw app 2024 event schedule going to be updated for the year? Probably in a couple months, David. There's a tentative schedule on our website, outlawtruckandtractorpulling.com. But we're not going to update the app until probably March would be my best get. There's still some contracts out there that need to be signed. I know we're working through a couple final pulls at this time, but that's like the biggest question, you guys, that we see on Facebook. When's the schedule going to be done? When's the schedule going to be done? So it's a lot of fun there. Oh, Ben, this is for you here. I got to find my mouse. I got 3 screens running here. I got to find this. But Gage Ott's got a comment for you here, Ben. He says, Jason Schultz, we have a mod chassis for sale. We can turn those fans into pullers real quick. All right. Actually, Cole, you're the one who said you like that light mod class. Maybe, are you ready to become a puller, Gage, or Cole?
I say, well, first off, if we could find the money to do it, and then the other thing,
don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money.
The other thing would be time, because whenever Dad brings up the topic of buying a pulling tractor from one of his buddies, the mom always comes in and says, when are you going to find time to do that? Or like, what if something breaks? And it was always the what ifs. But what Dad told me was, he said, I don't care what it is or what it's in, but before I die, I want to make a pass down the track on something.
I like it.
And plus, like, it'd be awesome to go pulling, because, of course, back when Dad was pulling, he sold the tractor back in, I think in 2000, 2001, when I was born. I never got to see that tractor run in person.
What was it called, Cole?
It was called the Bounty Hunter.
Where's it at now?
Well, from a few friends on Facebook, I found out that the Teese family out of Winside, Nebraska owns it.
Okay. What is it still called? The Bounty Hunter?
That I don't know. They pulled it for a few years, but after they bought it from Dad, they put a 466 in it and ran 3,000 RPM class with it. And of course, that was in the early stages of one of the smaller groups around here in Nebraska, the Northeast Nebraska Pullers Association. They ran with them for a few years, and then they parked it and decided to work on their bigger tractors, which I think they have 2 hot farms and a light limited pro that they bring out every once in a while.
Okay.
But they still have it. It's sitting in their shed in their tractor collection.
It sounds like, Cole, you need to give them a call and say, what's it going to take to bring that tractor back home? And then when your mom and dad get divorced, you and your dad will have something to do. You know what I'm saying? Together. Mel Nelson. Go ahead, Cole.
I would say it'd be, I've always had in the back of my mind, it'd be nice to, bring that tractor back. And, I've had a couple pullers, good friends of ours, Travis and Roger Hefty from Carroll. They both pull with the Northeast guys, and of course they knew the Teeses very well, and they know Dad very well. And at a pull last year in Bancroft, Nebraska, they had I think both of them had asked me, like, well, if you I'm sure if you ask them hard enough, or ask them, give them a good number, they'll let you buy it back. And I'm thinking, well, that's only a dream so far, but with farming and whatnot. But I got plenty of life left, and
I agree.
Dad's got plenty of life. There's always a possibility.
Yep.
It ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
I like it. Mel Nelson said we had a P pump on an 806 in 1975. it was with the Bush. We got them to change to P pumps from stock appearing pumps. So we got some good knowledge coming on tonight. Chuck Hobbs is checking in from Harmon, Illinois. He was down in Louisville helping us. Thanks again, Chuck. Austin Flute says, I do loans, but I do mortgages. I do get a lot of questions if I do tractor pulling loans. I got asked about 1 million times down in Louisville, and I said no. But if I did, I could probably. You guys would fall for probably high interest rates too, just to have a pulling tractor.
I don't know about that.
Marty Samuelson says, if I remember right, Lyle hauled his tractor on the red IH flatbed truck. I think that truck might still be what did he say? Imbolus? It'd be around Imbolus. I'm not sure what he meant to say there. Your mom's checking in, Cole. Trouble. Oh no. I was just joking. I was just joking about the divorce, Sherry. I was just joking about the divorce. So, no, it's all good.
No,
it's all good. Go ahead, Cole.
I would say it's all in good fun.
Yep.
But we all know it's the truth. Whenever the question pops up, that discussion and talk always happens.
Cole, you know why my tractor is called the Remedy, don't you?
No, I don't.
My wife says tractor pulling is a disease. She said
it is.
She doesn't drink a lot, but when she does drink, she drinks a lot. And this is about 2010 or so. We were in Florida on vacation, and she was into a good bottle of wine with one of our friends. And she said, you and your dad will spend money you don't have, and you'll have time you don't have to go tractor pulling. It's a damn disease.
I've heard that.
And I said, honey, if I ever get my own tractor, I'm going to name it the Remedy. So I did. And she's so proud of that name. Trust me, guys. She loves it. Absolutely loves it. Absolutely loves it. Ben, we're going to swing back to you here, buddy.
Okay.
If you won the lottery, okay, so money's not an object, Ben. Are you building or are you buying? So don't just answer. Are you going to build one or are you going to buy one?
To start off with, I would have to buy one.
Okay.
But then
what are you going to buy?
Want to build.
What are you going to buy? What are you buying, Ben?
Money's not an option.
Money is not an option.
The problem is the time is not an option, but
this is just flat ass dreaming time, Ben. Like it's on. Like there's nothing like you won the lottery, everything's good. You got all the time, you can quit your job, you're rich. You're rich. What are you buying?
Tinker toy.
So we gotta call Kurt though and let him run the big pro stocks, okay?
Or I'd kind of like to have a 4-1, or the rat trap. I'd buy that if I had the money. Even Dave Walter's Tater Wagon, I'd make the third one.
Ben, you have the money. You won the lottery. All right. So Ben, let's just do this. If you could have an outlaw vehicle in every class, whose would you buy? Okay. So let's start. Hey, who's your little guy there or gal? What do you got?
This is Abilene.
Hi, Abilene. How are you?
Say hi.
How old is she?
We were 14 and a half months.
Nice. That's awesome. Does she like pulling videos? Does she like Outlaw TV?
She does way too much. About the time that the black smoke rolls out of some of them classes, all of a sudden she'll just be glued.
I love it. All right, Cole, we'll just do this. We'll do this class by class, okay? And you guys playing along at home, you guys tell me as well. I'm just going to say a class, and you guys tell me whose tractor you would buy, okay? Or truck, okay? So let's start with the light mod class, okay? I'm going to take I want Run and Rowdy, or I want Otts to build me an Allison. I'm going to play along with you guys because I love that class. So Cole, light mod class, are you buying? Whose tractor are you buying? No, money's not an object.
If I were to buy a tractor, it'd probably be Dalton Henry's double overtime.
Ooh. Now that's got those LSs or something, right?
Yep, the twin LSs, yep.
Yeah, that thing has, like, when somebody says how many RPMs and I'm announcing, I just say all of them. That thing screams. Okay, Ben, light mods. What are you buying?
West Severs 4.1, but I'm putting a Deere motor in it.
A Deere what? Ben, you got to go. We're sponsored by Case IH. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Cole, stand up and show Ben your shirt. Cole, hold on. Let me make the screen big for you. I got to make this big for you. Look, that's Beller. Yeah. I'm going to get you that shirt right there, buddy. That is a nice shirt.
They're nice shirts, but they were a pain to get.
Well, how'd you get it then?
Oh, they were. I don't remember the company that made them, but it was supposedly I think it was one of those random companies that you find, as you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, and you see these custom shirts that are made, and that have the different brands like John Deere, Case IH on them, and
Yep.
of course, you go onto the website and it says I think it said like the main location was somewhere here in Nebraska, and then when we ordered it, it said a different company, but it was in Chicago and
then China. I bet it came from China, Cole.
with these shirts, pretty much Mom and Dad had gotten emails from, or had gotten notifications that it had arrived pretty much. It was almost halfway across the world. Like it was somewhere like in South America and
China, Cole,
yeah,
China. Listen to me, buddy. China.
Everything that comes here, it all leads back.
Yep.
To China.
Oh, we got a spammer.
Oh no.
Oh, hello. I never wanted to do this, but I was amazed and puts a smile on my face viewing your profile. It'd be kind if you kindly send me a friend request. I don't know if you're going to be comfortable with me sending you one. I'm sorry for interfering into your profile. I really don't want to be rude to send you a request without your permission. This is not a chick, right? This is like some 400-pound fat guy sitting in his underwear in a hut somewhere in the middle of the desert, right? I want to be clear about that, right? Cole, don't ever fall for this stuff, okay?
Whenever you get something like that, it gets blocked instantly.
Yep. They're scammers. They make TV shows about them on the Discovery Channel. So, all right. Gage Ott says, I heard Dalton Henry's tractor is for sale. Who won it? Did you want it, Cole?
I was gonna say if money wasn't an issue, I did say it though.
You don't need to eat, Cole. You don't need to eat. I mean, just think how happy you'd be if you had a pulling tractor. You'd be hungry. I get it. I mean, during the pulling season. Yeah, do you be happy? You'd be hungry, but you'd be happy. So, Wes Severs, Austin Flute. Yep. All right, so I go back to Ben a little bit. Now, when you said paddocks earlier, I thought, you know what? He just lives close to him or whatever. But then I found out you're a John Deere fan, so we got to talk about this Ben a little bit. So,
paddocks are probably my closest outlaw people that I know where they actually live at. The way that happened is I was at Farm Progress Show in Louisville, or not in Louisville, in Decatur, Illinois, and I sat down at the John Deere booth, and there's a guy wearing a Fort Scott hat next to me, and it turns out it's Brent and Lori Paddock.
No way.
And so I said, hey, do you guys have pulling shirts? And they're like, yeah. And so she sent me 2 shirts, and I sent them a check in the mail after I got back.
That's awesome. That's fun. No, that's what makes it fun. Meeting pullers and having a good time like that. All right. So we got that figured out. Which light modified we'd buy. Which class do you want to go to next, Ben? Like, what are your other favorite classes? You said 4-1s. Let's do 4-1s. Yep. Okay. David Vandenberg. Oh, he wants Blaze of Glory. That's a super farm. Dave Watts from Michigan. Who wants to go first? Which 4-1 are you buying out of the Outlaws? If money's not an object, money, time, you're rich, you paid off all your debt, got all the time in the world. What are you buying?
Brent's digging deep, more than likely.
That tractor. Now, Ben, you got to be careful with that, though, because it likes to run with the front end off the ground. So you got to keep those front wheels straight, okay?
Yeah, but he's done pretty good with it in the past, too. So
No, I didn't say it was a bad tractor. I just said a lot of the 4-1s keep that front end about a foot off the ground. They like theirs about 3 feet in the air, and it runs. That tractor runs hard. Runs really, really hard. Awesome. Cole, which 4-1 would you buy from the Outlaws?
There's a lot of good running ones out there, but one that's kind of always stuck out in my mind, and this goes back to the Nebraska Bush, to their side of things. I've always liked the 1066 of Darren Weir's is Top Gun.
Yep. Good running
That's a good
tractor.
tractor.
Yeah, it is. William Lumberg's checking in. He watched. I should have brought William on tonight. He's a super fan. I forgot about William. He's from Bowling Green, Ohio. He goes to Bowling Green, Ohio, but he follows all of our podcasts, and he's always having a beverage. Tonight he's sipping Jack Daniel's honey with lemonade. So way to go, William. Cole, what are you sipping on there, buddy?
We got water in this one, Mountain Dew here. So
Nice. So
best of both worlds.
Is that like a diet Mountain Dew, Cole, kind of, or how does that work?
Oh, it's one way you could say it's diet, but I'll drink diet Mountain Dew or regular.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Ben, what are you drinking tonight, Ben?
Right now, I've got nothing but a sippy cup sitting in front of me for the little one.
Okay. What do you got in the sippy cup? What do you got in the sippy cup, Ben? That's a little weird, but I accept it.
There's milk in here.
It's
not mine. It's Aveline's.
All right. So 4-1s. So Cole's taking Top Gun. Ben is taking Paddock's tractor. I'm going to buy George Byers' tractor, the side piece, because I want to watch him squirm. I want to watch him squirm when I drive his tractor in front of him. I just want to do that for my buddy George. So I watched him kick my butt for a couple years. So it's all good. It is all good there. Let's do one more class. Who picked 4-1s? Did I pick that or did Ben pick that?
50-50.
Okay. Who wants to pick a class? Right. So we do Pro Stock 4x4 trucks. I know, Ben, you nailed all those. You said Tater Wagon and Rat Trap earlier, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cole, pick a class, Cole. That you want to buy something in, and then we'll go around the room.
Let's go with the light super stock.
Okay. The Ag chassis or our unlimited class?
Unlimited.
Okay.
For me, of course, I've always liked, it's a toss-up either between Glenn Freese's Red Ink.
Yep.
Or Hoffman's Last One Standing.
Well, Glenn Freese is a way nicer guy. I just want to put that out there right away. So, don't you think, Cole?
I've met both of them, and they're pretty cool people. So
yes, they are. Yes, they are. I pick on Hoffman a lot. Don't worry, he picks on me more than I pick on him. Ben, so unlimited super or light super component, who you picking?
This answer is going to shock you because I'm changing colors, but Big and Little Temptation.
Yeah. So I'm excited because both those tractors guys got fan voted into the Pullers Championships.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that. So, I really like, I really like Voodoo Deer. I like Holtgru's tractor, that black one. I think that's cool as shit. I really, really, really like that tractor. And then I like Ulmer's tractor, but I want to see it go down the track, Alan. So if you're watching tonight, you get to working on that thing. But no, that's a great class. I feel like that's probably one of the most exciting classes in the Outlaws because of the horsepower to weight ratio. Our unlimited super stock class. They're making, some making 4,000 or 5,000 horsepower, and they weigh what is it 6,200? I think is the weight on that class, guys. So
I think you're right.
I think so. I think I'm right. So. Well, we're coming up on an hour. Okay. So what I want to ask Ben is, did I ask good questions tonight? Did you tell all the fan stuff is there anything that I missed tonight that you want to tell the world?
I think you've done pretty good. My only thing I'd add, because I thought of it, is when I was at K-State, I was a part of the quarter scale tractor team, and we build them quarter scale tractors, and we go to Peoria, Illinois, and compete with 20 some other schools throughout the nation and Canada. And when I was there, we placed first or second all 4 years I went. So that was kind of cool.
So tell me about, I know at quarter scale, for those of you who don't know, that's garden tractor pulling. That's what I call it, quarter scale pulling. What was the cubic inch limit on that?
We had to run at the time a bone stock 28, I believe it was a 28 horsepower Briggs & Stratton Vanguard. I mean, you could not touch the engine. The first three placers, they would actually yank your engine and tear it down to see if you touched it.
The rumor is that's what Taylor Van Beek's going to be doing this year as the head of tech officials. So all you pullers watching tonight, don't be cheating because Van Beek's going to catch you. So So Ben, I like this. This is good stuff. What were some of the things that you guys did to put you on top?
We built hellaciously good looking tractor. But
Is there any pictures of it on the internet anywhere, Ben?
Yes.
Where at?
You're going to have to go to, I don't know the exact website, but it's just Google ASABE quarter scale tractor team competition.
ASABE? Say it again. Sorry.
Yes, ASABE. It's American Society of Agricultural and Biological Engineers.
Man, for somebody from Kansas, you use big words. I'm impressed. I'm Ben. You've been in Kansas your whole life?
Born and raised.
I figured you might have started in Iowa and then moved south or something. I'm just messing with you. It's all good.
And I have a 4-year degree from Kansas State University. Hard to believe it. Old farmer and a truck driver's got a 4-year degree, but I do.
No, that's okay. What'd you get a degree in?
Agricultural technology management.
Nice.
Basically,
nice.
Farming and drinking. We did a lot of that.
Well, drinking is well done. Let's see here. Bring my mouse back up there. Okay, so I got it behind me. This is kind of cool. Do they do this every year, Ben?
Every year. It's been going on for, I think pushing 30 years minus 2020.
Would you be able to, do you have anybody you can get me in touch with so I can maybe do some videos or interviews with them? Is that possible?
It's a good possibility. I know a few people, but it's going to take me a hot minute to do, but yeah.
Isn't that where Sydney Summers goes to school? She go to K-State?
Yes, she does.
Okay, I'll get my in there because she'll know somebody. So
I don't know. I think she's part of the team, but I don't know. But what it is there's a design competition. You've got 2 pulls, a heavy and a lightweight, a straight chain and an angled chain. Oral presentations. There's brake testing, sound testing, durability testing. It's an all-year process to build a glorified garden tractor.
Oh, it's fun. Loretta Selman says, I like him even more, and he's not a Jayhawk. And he's wearing your shirt, Loretta. He's wearing a shirt. So I'm over there. Steve Wiskus, Steve. I should have Steve on. See, I see all these names, and I was trying to think of people named like Cole. I invited you. I invited Russ Dostal, and I invited Tim Blankesper. And I invited Austin Flute. But all these other names are popping up on the show now. I feel bad. Victoria Johnson says South Dakota State and South Dakota has won a few years here recently. Cool. Good stuff. Ben, what year did your team win it, or what the school?
I was on in 2010 through 2014. 2010, we won it overall. 2011 was second place, and then 13 we got a first place, and 14 we got second again. And I think this last year, K-State had kind of fallen off the top train, but they pulled out with a second place here again this last year.
Nice. No, that's cool. Did you drive it, Ben, or who drove it?
I did not ever get the privilege of driving. I did after the competition's over, they'll let you. They do a guts pull to where they basically say how heavy and how much weight can you pull on this thing, and if there's time, they'll let you run it down the track on the sled. But no, I never got the chance to drive it. But my senior year of college, we had actually been given a garden tractor sled from a local guy, and that was my job when it came to testing and tuning. I was the sled operator.
Okay. Oh, cool. That's cool. Ben, did we get everything then tonight? I want to make sure we got everything out.
I think so. I don't. You tell me, Jason. I'm just the one guy that apparently responded to your Facebook post.
Well, I like it. No, I like it a lot. So you farm, what do you farm? Corn, beans? Tell us about your livelihood a little bit.
Corn, soybeans, and wheat. And then we run about a 300 head feeder cattle operation.
So you drive truck for your cattle then? You drive truck for your cattle then, or what?
No, I got a hopper bottom, and then I run I have an RGN, and I haul around ag equipment.
Nice. What kind of trucks do you drive?
I've got a Peterbilt.
Of course you do. Is it a flat top?
Yes,
389?
it is. Yes, it is. I bit the bullet, and I got a 2024 389 here when they were
Holy
Peterbilt
cow!
said that
No
they
wonder
were
you
gonna.
can't. I know why you can't afford a pulling tractor or a pulling truck, Ben. You just spent all that money in your semi truck. So
Well, with Peterbilt cutting the 389 out, I decided I was going to buy one, and I sold my old one. It was still flat top Pete. So
super cool. Cole, did I ask you? Did you get everything out tonight that you wanted? So when you buy your tractor, your mom and dad are not going to get a divorce. That was just a joke. I just want to throw that out there, right, Cole? I don't want to get you in trouble, Cole, because I want you to help us with Outlaw TV again this summer. So.
Well, I would say that, like I told him, I said it was, the divorce thing was a joke, but said when it comes to buying a pulling tractor, and like, where are you guys gonna find the time? And you guys are just gonna spend the money to do that only to break stuff. Like, where do you think you're going to have time with the farming and stuff? But it's all in good fun. And,
I know.
We just, as long as we can go to polls together, that's all that really matters. So.
Oh, that was kind of sweet, Cole. I'm kind of proud of you right now, buddy.
And just like, like Arlington, Nebraska last year, it was just me and Dad, because Mom and brother they took a trip to Yellowstone. And so that pull in Arlington last year was pretty much our little Father's Day deal for me and Dad. So
I like it. I like it a lot. Ben, what's the first poll you're probably going to be able to attend this year?
I don't actually know. I was actually going to the schedule here. I was obviously, with the Outlaws not being the closest to me, usually it's usually something else. I almost made Monet last year, then farming happened.
Yep.
I don't know. The Nebraska Bush had a pull up in Beloit. I almost went to, but then I saw the weather forecast, and I'm glad I didn't, because I hear that thing got rained out pretty quick, and it may have to be Mound City. I hope not, because that's later in the season. But
Yep.
I've got a neighbor just a mile down the road that has been trying to egg me to go to Rock Valley here now. So
you will not be disappointed if you go to Rock Valley, Ben.
Yeah, he had told me he booked hotel rooms already 6 months ago. So
yeah, no, it's awesome. Did I ask? You said paddocks are the closest pullers close to you where you live.
Paddocks are probably my closest, and after that, Richard Morris and the Buffalo's Chips is down there in Neosho or Seneca, and then after that would have to be Derek Brown and Holland Grass, but they're both Missouri guys. So I know Selmans are up there south of Kansas City, southeast of KC, a little ways, and Yarrick's might actually be in that close range too.
Good.
And then I can't. Kyle Carson's in Lotta Green. He's up in Parker, Kansas, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Other than that, you have to go all the way to way western Kansas to find anybody that knows anything about truck and tractor pulling, it seems like.
Okay. Well, I'll get Ron. I'll start working on Ron for the Kansas State Fair. Does the Kansas State Fair have a pull anymore, Ben?
No, not at all. They cut it out here a few years ago, and now they bring in monster trucks or some other thing that I don't go to.
So I'm gonna send you some signs, Ben, the picket outside. It says with the Outlaw logo that says "Monster Trucks Suck" or something like that. How about that? Can you work on that for us?
How about signs that just say "Bring the Outlaw truck and tractor pull back"?
Okay. Yeah, I can work on that. I know a guy. So, well, Cole, Ben, this has been a hoot. Thank you so much for jumping on short notice. And I appreciate doing this. I hope everybody enjoyed this tonight. It's fun to hear from the fans' point of view, why you follow and why you love truck and tractor pulling. So, Ben, thank you for being a fan of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers. Cole, thank you for being a fan. Cole, you have a nicer shirt, because it says Case Ice on it, but it's hard to argue with the Rat Trap t-shirt though, too. I'm not gonna lie to you. So. At least it doesn't have the John Deere shirt on. So yeah, be careful.
Get you.
She will get me. She's gonna text me right now, I guarantee it. So Well, cool. Well, guys, thanks for coming on tonight and enjoy the rest of your week. And we appreciate having you on Outlawed Live.
Anytime, glad I could help out here.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Cole.
Yeah. Thanks.
That was fun to do the fan thing like this tonight. Something that Ron and I and Mike have talked about in the past, but the last couple weeks we've been focused on Louisville. The goal was to get every puller on from Louisville, and then obviously Louisville's done now. So now we're going to be kind of that home stretch until pulling season starts. I think our first hook is June 7th and 8th in Ravenna. Don't quote me on that 100%. I'm just playing some TV right now behind us from outlawpulling.tv from Spencer. Thank you to everybody that follows us on the Outlaw app, outlawpulling.tv. And again, tonight, shout out to Ben Beller from Kansas, and shout out to Cole Lundell from Nebraska for coming on tonight with and talking about as a fan of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. So without further ado, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. And you can join us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you find us. And we're here talking about everything going on in the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. Have a great night, everybody.